just stand and stare through the tears in my eyes. This is the love of my life right here. This is the end of my night of fear. This is the meaning of ever and ever. This is happiness amplified. This is reality starry-eyed. This is the meaning of ever and ever.
And so here we are, this kind of a magical place. Deep in the woods. So we're out here in the forests of Pennsylvania in a place called the Cove, a place called Kinkura, and I'm standing on the rocks of a breach of a waterfall, part of what was at one time a dam. And this is a confluence of water that runs literally down from the mountains to the north, through here, and out through this stream, traveling several miles through nooks and crannies and traverses out into the great river, the Susquehanna. And from there it goes to join the streams that flow down into its merger with the Chesapeake Bay at the estuary, where they join together. It's a welcome. This is Eye of the Needle. I'm Randy Moggins, and we're a few hours out right now from summer solstice. It is June 20th, 2020. And my guides led me here. This is a place where I come from time to time to be alone in nature, to do the ritual of merging with nature. And I was instructed to cover my head and bring my staff. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the convergences of energy that are occurring in the earth, reflected out of the cosmic waves that have been coming in for some time now via deep space as you know it. What's interesting to me is that I'm standing here on this breach as water flows around me. Water is a portal. Water is a conduit into plasmic energy, the fourth state of water that was discovered by Victor Schauberger. And so being near water, on water, in a place where we're touching the elements of the earth is a very deep and magical experience. And so I have my staff. I've covered my head. The two symbolize something that we would say are symbolic and prophetic. The covering of the head is an act of submission. It is the feminine posture. The staff is the masculine, the literal virtus, phallus, upright, power. Think Moses. For this is a place of summoning. This is a place of casting down and rising up into the energies. And so, as I began to get a sense of where we're at, I want to communicate on as concise and simple a level, in my own language, what is happening in the earth realm through the conveyance of the energies that come from the sky, from the cosmic waves that are pouring in right now to activate the human energetic principle. And so I came here because what we're going to talk about is both cosmic and at the same time, cosmic energy itself is grounded into the earth. This is the conveyance point. This is the center of all things. The plasma field converges here. The plane, the stream behind me that's pouring water down through this rift in the earth. These beautiful falls that you'll see. As I show you some of the landscape in the video, is an essential energy channel. It is a place in which the earth conducts its plasmic field connections to space via the conduit of earth, and we don't understand that. We don't understand that what we call space is very much an element of our own internal beingness. And I began this Eye of the Needle series last fall to begin to highlight some of the aspects of where human beings are in this present evolution, this present space and time, which we all sense is designed to bring us back into alignment with something that we once were. So when we did the winter solstice, the 12/21 show, that was the beginning of the opening of an aperture, a window. It was the dark night descending. It was the lowering of the energies of the sun to take us into a place of both coldness and darkness and rest. And as a result of that solstice, we began a cycle that took us into a place where we began to see the cosmic energies converging and aligning into an activation sequence, a series of codes And I talked about this in a previous Eye of the Needle show, Eye of the Needle number 4, where we talked about the plasma event that took place that was documented both by scientists and by psychic clairvoyants as well, as being part of a chain reaction of energy that was imparted into the earth realm from deep space out through our own sun and then into the earth, bouncing off of the Earth's magnetosphere and beginning the chain reaction activation of the human energetics, because we as human beings are very grounded and settled in the energetics of this earth. Period opened up the next window, which I will call the dark window, which began the sequence of events that played out in the natural. As nature and the cosmos are imparting their forces, the powers of darkness are aware of this, they know this, they've been expecting this for a long time. They also are third eye blind at this point, having lost their artificial systems of divination, which you would call Project Looking Glass, the remote viewing projects, the use of projection systems, and the looping system / reincarnation cycle, mind wiping, all of that went dark. The natural energetics of the human psyche and the human energetic system are themselves the foresight that we use to view the future. All mechanisms of future projection, future prediction occur as a result of the interactions of human beings interacting with the energetic field. All probable futures can and do occur. Our consciousness, our focus is the determinant on exactly what aspects manifest into this plane and into this time zone. As a result of what occurred between the 12/21 event and the February 2nd snow moon, was a series of spells that were cast upon the earth. This was the unraveling of the COVID-19. The COVID-19 is a spell. Whatever other causative aspects of COVID-19 you may understand, COVID-19 was a spell. They've had the technology for decades. The patents for COVID-19 go back to 2003. The genetic chimeric mutations have been taking place through a series of unleashings of viruses. So how is it that this virus at this time, at this window, this 2020 window, when vision is beginning to open up, and suddenly we have a virus that literally stops the motor of the world, to borrow a phrase from the character John Galt in Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged, literally shut down the motor of the world. This was spellcraft. This was an assignment against the energies that had come in from the cosmos and begun to interact through the Earth's magnetosphere, through the Earth's magnetic grids, which are attached to the crystal grids, which were beginning to amplify human energy into an awakening and activation. So here we are on June 20th, 2020, and we're in a different space now. That dark winter, that cold winter, the time of the lockdown is ending. And part of what I'm here to do today is to declare, to summon, and to command that dark spell has ended. As my words reverberate off these waters, here in this beautiful sanctuary in nature, there's a power that goes forth. The plasma that comes off the water, that travels the concourse down through the stream, into the river, ultimately into the bay, and ultimately into the great ocean we call the Atlantic. There's a conveyance of energy. It's a portal that merges with the cosmic forces above. Water is a portal to space. This is so important. This land here, where our native brothers once walking through these very streams, traveling these mountains. There are paths and trails, there are places inside the forest that are themselves natural vortexes, natural portals that are conveyance into the etheric parallel realm, the realm that sits just there on the other side of the mirrored reality that we live in. So the energy travels through this conveyance and literally sweeps back out into the cosmic energy in an act of prophetic declaration. This is understood by the ancients, the great prophets who prophesied before water, the flow of the great Tao that sprung from Lao Tzu's endless stream, the water which merges and bends and goes places that physical material can't go. Water in one of three states, and then the fourth state, which is plasma. So here in this place today, on the eve of the great summer solstice of 2020, we declare an end to their dark spells. We declare an end to their ability to mind control the consciousness of the peoples of planet Earth. We break the spell of their dark visions. And we bring forth the ingathering light and the ingathering energetics of the cosmos to reignite the fire inside of us. It's important to understand that within the human energetic, within the human body, is a complete parallel of everything that's external. This here, this body, this consciousness is a complete and perfect fractal of source, of what you call God. And so, standing here on this rock, overlooking this magnificent stream, standing right here near the cleft of the waters, much like Moses or Elijah, or the Annunciation of the Christ, the baptism, the coming up out of the waters, and the descending of the Spirit of the living God in the form of a dove. We come here to this place to summon the energies that are incoming from this summer solstice event. So 5:45 today Eastern Time, where I'm standing here on the east coast of the United States, we enter the summer sun cycle, the arising again in the sky of this magnificent male orb we call the sun, the sol, the source, the energy. Its interplay with the feminine orb, the moon. And in 24 hours from now, in a dance that takes place in such a mysterious way, the sun will be eclipsed by the moon, and visible from two of our largest and most ancient continents on this earth, Africa and India. Just like the great American eclipse in 2017, the passing of an eclipse, the overshadowing, is an important event. It's a prophetic event. It can be an act of darkness, or it can be an act of light. Again, we summon, we declare in this place the activations of code and light for India and Africa. We declare that now in this place. The interplay between the orbs, between the energies, is so fascinating. The sun representing the masculine, it's throwing off its plasma, throwing off its energetic waves. The moon, the female orb that rules the cycles of oceans and the birth cycles of the woman. Like this bisexual energy that moves in and out of our human energetic in an interplay with these dynamic orbs that are in our sky, are harbingers of human energy. They are the macrocosm to the microcosm of the universe that lives inside of us. If you take a minute and do your breath, begin to calming, begin to go inside, begin to view inside. The system of the cosmos, externalized, is really simply the reflection of the internal system of our own cosmic energy that lives inside of us. Do that now. Do the breath work. Begin to do your breath. Follow the stream. Follow the stream as it flows and it ebbs. Follow it as it cascades. Feel your energies. This is a solemn dance. This is a time of unfolding and activation. This is a time when we reach out with our hands and gather the energy of the galactic, traversing through our bodies into a place where we begin to unfold light. Now, as you unfold your breath, I want you to go deep inside. I want you to feel inside of yourself. I want you to go deeper. As you breathe, cycle the energy through your body. Feel it pass through. And as it comes down into the sacral, I want you to loop it one time and bring it back up. Unify the energy. Feel the sense of unity now. I want you to go deep inside. Deep inside of you is where? Where is consciousness? Where is awareness? Where is the center of your being? If you locate that place visually, go deeper, go deeper. There's a place there in the center of it. There's a coil. Can you see it? The coil is the eye of the needle. The coil is the sephiroth. It's the staff. It's the vertex that conveys energy to the spinal column in the Kundalini awakening. It is that tiny aperture inside of that coil. Oh, you could call it a cosmic coil, frenzy. That's the place where all of this cosmic energy comes in. That's the place that they can't touch with their fear, their viruses, and their campaigns of lies and dissimulation against the human being. That's the place they don't want you to touch. That's the place that you, human, need to go to intercede. Because what we're talking about is a very deep process of inner awareness. The cosmic forces are just simply the outworkings of the divine that sits inside of us. All of the cosmic forces arrayed across billions and billions of galaxies are simply the reflection of the universe that lives inside of each one of us. All of this energy that's coming in around us on solstice is a reflection of the inner process, the coil that sits inside of you, the magnificent energetic of the human who is infinite, who is a fractal creator. All that cosmic energy comes in here, and we center it in this earth.